Hello everybody, Miss Jackie Russell here. Hey, I've got a box of beauty products here that I have on my face. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it? Whoops, and where they're falling out. And I discovered that I had not even unboxed or finished. I unboxed it for you guys, but I didn't unbox it for me. My Ultimate box from last quarter. So that means most of these products have been just sitting there waiting to be used, and I finally got to them. Now I'm going to go through that and some of the others that I've gotten from other Ipsys and what have you in addition, but I just want to let you know this will be a makeup look, and it's basically just to show you what you can do with some of the items that you get, because if you get beauty boxes like me, or if you have different palettes, you might want to know how someone else might use it, and get a few tips or something along the way. And it's fun, and a bunch of you said that you like it, so I continue to do it and try to record these as I am recording other videos. But today it's going to be featuring the Ultimate box from February box, as we had February, March, April, May, and we just had our May customizations or choices, and I made my choices. I got to do it this time. But I'm going to start off with one of the items I got was the Rodial, and these were the collagen drops, and these are to be used prior to your serum or your moisturizer. And I just want to show you again how it is, and it's just a light hyaluronic acid really, but it does have some oil in it and collagen to help penetrate. And so I used that first because I had gotten that in that box, and I think those drops are like $99 or something. I don't know. After that, I decided to get out my pink diamond, and this is the Rodial serum. It's a lifting serum, instant lifting. So I put that on as my serum, and this here is just, it's kind of pinky like, and it's just a light serum that goes right over that, and it absorbs well, and I like it. I have had it for a little while. I don't use it every day. And then my moisturizer, I got out my Prime Prometics Magic Cream, and this was my moisturizer, and as you can tell, it's got a very good consistency. It doesn't take much. It spreads over evenly and smooth. So that was my foundation as far as of my moisturizers and everything. And then I used in the Ultimate in February, I had the Bisha picked out for me by Ipsy. So I used this, and this has a nice little light scent. It smells good. And so I had that on top of there. So I was all primed up, and that's a primer. It's a water-based primer. I think it has like Essential Rice Water Makeup Primer. So, and that's really big, I think, in Korea and even in Japan. So, and Bisha is kind of a relatively new cosmetics company out of LA, I believe. Now, after I got all that going on, I had gotten the Mario, and it's the Makeup by Mario, and this was the Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. Now, I use this for my foundation, and I'll show you why, and I don't know if it turned out good or not. And I don't know if that's how you're supposed to use it, but see how it has tan, and then you got a place for highlighter up there. So I actually got out my Laura Geller, brush, because it's for dry powder. She has that baked powder. And I just put that on, and I might could put a little under my eyes because I see that it's a little white through there. But, I mean, overall, I think it worked out pretty good. Anyways, that was my foundation that I put on, which was really just a powder. And it went on easy, and I definitely got coverage. I could see that my face was kind of getting a little tan as I was putting it on. And then, now here's the funny part. I was going for my Charlotte Tilbury because they had a Charlotte Tilbury in the products of this February Ultimate Box. And I accidentally grabbed my Tarte Shape Tape face. So here I am, I opened it up and I went, wow, that don't look like the color that I just looked at. But I seen where it was sitting and I thought, oh, well, that must be it. So I just start dotting it on for my blush. And I blended it in and that was fine. So I do have that on there. But then I looked in another spot where I had actually put this. And here's the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Blush. And it was a matte. And it's in a strong mauve color. So I put that on. And I'm going to tap some back on here. And you can see it's pretty strong there. And I'm just going to blend in again what I put on there. But it's kind of a mauve-y color. And I might have come in too close there, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. And I can always go over it again if I need to correct. This is going to be the tip of if you mess up, you can still deal with it and you can still get a halfway decent look. Because, guys, I messed up. And I didn't even know if you could use the Makeup by Mario Perfector powder as a foundation, but that's exactly what I used it for. Okay, I did use the By Terry that I recently got, and so I did use that all over as my powder. I used Natasha Denona that I have gotten out of Ipsy, probably out of one of their Ultimate boxes, and it is a light colored concealer that I use on my eyes. That's really the only place I do it. That's to hold my shadows on my eyes. That really helps for a foundation. And then for my eyeshadow, I use the NARS that I got in that February Ultimate. And these were pinks. And I was really surprised how they came out. And what I mean is that this here looks light, kind of like, and sparkly. But that's mostly what's on my lid on top. But I started off with this color all over. And then I went over it with this lighter pink. And then I put the mauve color in my crease. And then I went back over it with this shiny pink. And then it looked too dark. So then I went over it again with this and I'm with this. So this is a complete blend several times to get this look. Now, is that good or bad? I don't know, but that's what it took to get that look from this NARS. And I don't know how NARS wears as an eyeshadow, so I'll have to let y'all know in future. But the palette's pretty, and I just thought I'd try it out, and it blended good. So I got me a blended look there going on. And I did find my Bisha that I got from Ipsy from another Ultimate box. And this is a liner. And it's in black. I thought the name was on there. Yeah, it is. You just can't hardly see it with that gold. But it's on there, Bisha. And is this the brown? This one might be the brown liner, lined on real good. It's so dark it looks like dark brown. And then I used my Estee Lauder cream in my waterline and just a little bit on each side of the inner corner eyes. But I did that before I put on my shadows. So it kind of blends into that, okay? Just so you know. Why do I do that? Because putting a little light color in your waterline opens your eyes. And then if you go to the inner corners, it kind of opens them up a little bit, makes them a little brighter. And that's why I do that. And then I don't curl my eyelashes, guys. These are my eyelashes. And I had the Kevyn mascara. It's the Indecent mascara. And this is one coat that's on my eyelashes. So it's a very good mascara. And I want to see what happens when I add more to it. Now my eyelashes grow and get longer because I use Prime Pro Medic Serum on my lashes at night. And that really works. So Prime Pro Medics is a great over 50 product, skincare and makeup. And anyways, that's what I use to help my lashes grow. And this was Kevyn. I really like that mascara. And guys, I had not touched any of that stuff that was in that original Ultimate Box from February. So as you can see, I had a lot that I wasn't even working with. Now for my lips, I went Total MAC. And I used the MAC Soar. That's what color this is. It's like a mauve pink color. So that's my lip liner. And then I went with the MAC. And this color might be too small for me to read. This is Spice World. And that's what it looks like. So it's kind of a neutral color. And then I got into my Curiosity pack. And I'm using this gloss, which is Out of Curiosity, and that is the color. And it's a real pretty color, as you can see. And I think it went good with this look. And yeah, I'm just tapping it on. I do that so that I'm not messing up my lipstick that I have on. And also if I'm ever driving or anything, I've just gotten in the habit of doing that, and I don't have to look at my lips to make sure I, don't get out of line, and I'm able to refresh my lips. So guys, that's what I used. Oh, and I did use the Makeup by Mario highlighter. So I've got that on as well, and I know I've told y'all 100 times, but it is one of my favorite highlighters, and that's one reason I got this. In the Ultimate, I think I got to pick it, but I don't really remember. They could have chose it for me, but I knew it was an option, so I got it, and I was glad to get it. So that's what I've got on my face today. And out of that Ultimate Box that had never been opened and used was the Kevyn mascara, the Makeup by Mario Perfector, the Rodial Collagen Drops, the Bisha Rice Water Primer, the NARS palette, which did y'all like the NARS? Did you like the way it turned out? And I guess that was it. Everything else, and the Charlotte Tilbury blush was in there. I actually got 2 blushes, but I decided to go with this darker color because this seemed to be like a more darker. It wasn't bright pink or anything. I don't think that's bright pink. Y'all might think it is. I don't. So that's why I went with that. And that's my look. So let me know, did you have any favorites in this? Do you like the look that I got out of the NARS? And what about my lashes with that Kevyn mascara? Very good. And I like my MAC attack on my lips. So you let me know, and also let me know what you think about the fact that I used the Makeup by Mario Perfection palette or powder as my foundation. What do you think about that? Was it a miss or a hit? Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I have. But I really hope you liked all that I put on my face today. And if you liked seeing this makeup look by itself or in a collage of makeup looks, let me know. What's your preference? Anyways, I'm so glad you were here. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Hit the like so that it'll help my algorithm, and toss me out there with a share or a hype. That would be so appreciated. But as for today and my Ipsy Ultimate look from February, that's all I have. And as usual, I wish you all a blessed and happy day. Bye-bye.